Hello everybody, once again, this is AikawaKazu and welcome back to the Light Moonlord Showcase video. But before we get to that, I need to explain to you guys about elemental resistance debuffs. So, when we say that you have minus 100% elemental resistance, it doesn't mean 100% damage increase. Minus 100% elemental resistance debuff actually refers to 2 times more damage, which basically means that it works very similar to Ice Stack. One Ice Stack will give you 1 times more damage, and 2 Ice Stacks will give you up to 2 times more damage. So, minus 100% elemental debuff actually is equivalent to 200% more damage. Alright, so it's basically times 2. So once you have understood that, we need to go down to this diagram here. On the left column, you basically have skills that do not stack in terms of light resistance debuff. Heavenly Judgment has minus 33%, that's why it's separated from the Lightning Relic, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Charge Bolt, and Lightning Bolt EX. Basically, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Relic, Charge Bolt, Lightning Bolt EX do not stack in terms of light resistance. And Heavenly Judgment itself is separated because it has minus 33% while the rest of them has minus 15%. And then if you look at the top row and the bottom row, in the middle section you see Electric Smite, Lightning Zap, Mindbreaker EX, Lightning Relic EX, and Consecration. So if you take the top column, rather the top row, and then add it with Heavenly Judgment, you can get up to minus 103% light resistance debuff, which is almost 2 times more damage. And if at the bottom, you get up to minus 85%, which is close to 2 times more damage. Which means this is the amount of light resistance debuff you can get. And this will be very important if you are Inquisitor or if you are Saints, if you are trying to build a light party. You need to understand this. And once you have done so, you can move on to the rest of the video. Hello everybody, once again, it is indeed Super Monday on the stream, but welcome back to another video here. This will indeed be a light build. You know, everyone's asking, you know, if you can do a Dark Moonlord Rise of Moonlord's video, can you actually do a light build Moonlord? Indeed we can. It's actually the same. You just change your ports. Fortunately for me, you have your Dark and Light 8% there, right there in your Desert Dragon Hunter ring. If not, you actually can craft the skill rings. That also works as well. As you can see, I have plus 25%, you know, light attack that you have from the Blessing of Light buff. And of course, we're gonna get more from the Conviction Aura later on. I'm gonna talk about the stats later on. So basically, I changed my skill, or rather the Elemental Jade, to the Light attribute one. So instead of the, you know, the Beast one, which is this one, instead of the Beast Enhancement Dragon Jade, we go for the, you know, the Light attribute one. I actually do not know the name offhand. I'm so sorry, guys. But there you go, man. There you go. I also have Dark and Light on my gauntlet. This is the most ideal build you can go for. 24% light attack, guys. It's 20% right now, but let's go. So I got the Adept in my team for Ice Stack. I got Inquisitor to showcase the, you know, the light debuffs. Indeed, the light debuffs will be very important here in the makings of a light build. As important for dark debuffs in dark builds as well. So we're gonna test in Garden Nest. We're just gonna do a whole run through to showcase to you guys the damage and of course the possible damage output. This is definitely not the best you can get, but I think it'll be a good one to get if you are in a 6-man nest with, you know, Anur Orandel or Dew Nest AOM parties. I think with Kali for Genie, you can actually rack up the damage even more, as well as Light Furies for increased light attack. But, you know, we don't usually get ideal, you know, buffs that we want to. So Conviction Aura. Conviction Aura. Do we have Conviction Aura? We have Blessing of Light. We have all the striking buffs. There you go, guys. So we have 59%. Look at that. It's even more than my Dark Attack. With Light Furies, even with the skill ring, I only get about 34% Dark Attack, which is what you're seeing right now. Because right now, you know, I don't have the Beast Dragon Jade, so it doesn't drop. It doesn't minus 30. But for Dark builds, right, I cannot get to 59%. Alright, I cannot get to 59% with just 3 people. So there you have it, guys. We indeed get 59% plus 59%, even after a minus 30% deficit. So let's see the damage now. Let's indeed see the damage. So the important one you need to see is Consecration gives a light debuff, Mindbreaker as well, so that's already stacked. And waiting for the Ice Beam. And then it's 17 million non-crit, guys. 17 million non-crit and 5 million Moonblade Dance. There you go, guys. There you go. There you indeed go. So that's indeed a pretty good showcase. Boss didn't survive enough, but indeed very, very strong. Indeed very, very strong. With Cocktail helping out with the level 65 passive debuffs, it is indeed pretty strong. So that's actually pretty much how you set it up every time. So you see the Adept casting the Icing Mass is to reduce the ice resistance first, so that her ice beam freeze will actually last longer. Will indeed last longer. Now we actually have the Cure Relic, so Cure Relic light attack is not shown in the stat sheet, but it indeed gives light attack if I'm not wrong. Or unless they removed it, I can't remember. I think after they give the Blessing of Light back, they might not indeed give it back. Oh, 60 million, guys! Give this back. Oh, 60 million, guys! 60 million! 6 indeed million, guys. We indeed have a 60 million half moon slash right there. Haven't seen a 60 million half moon slash before, even with dark build, guys. So, you know, light build, there you go. Indeed, the prowess of a light build with a 4-man party is indeed showcased here. I'm just waiting for the stun right now. So, 16 million, boys. 16 million. Holy shit, guys. Holy shit. There we go. Consecration. Stop the storm. Oh! A casual 40 million, guys. A casual 40 million half moon slash right there. 29 plus 10 million. It is indeed a crit. It is indeed a crit there. I think Novice. Oh, okay. So it's gonna pass me a photo. Cool. That will be great. So Firzinator will be very nice to pass me a photo to show you guys how the ice tag, well not ice tag, light resist debuffs actually work. To tell you which one can stack, which one doesn't really stack. So that would be great, guys. But there you have it, man. A light build showcase, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed pretty strong. See, you're only getting this with Inquisitor and, of course, Inquisitor and Crusader, sorry. So, I'll explain the insights on the differences between the light and dark build differences. Alright, I'll indeed share with you guys the differences, like, you know, how should you build your party, or like, which is better, like, which is indeed better. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, wait. Oh, never mind. That is Novice, man. That is indeed Firzinator's Judge Power or something. That was his electric smite. That wasn't me, guys. That was the Crusader. Crusader buffs, guys. Crusader buffs. So that wasn't me. That was not me. That was not the Moonlord. That was the Crusader, man. That was indeed a Crusader. Alright. Now to our... This is the 4th boss? Yeah, in natural, man. In natural. So now that I have the chance, right, let me talk about the differences between light and dark. So, if you're using dark party, right, because if you are in a dark party, you can actually put in classes like Ravens, you know. You can put in Ravens and Beast Walkers, and these two are actually one of the top DPS according to CDN, you know. They have like their DPS meters and stuff, and they actually checked. So the problem is when you go light, right, you don't actually have, you know, people to boost Ravens compared to, because if you actually put like Crusaders and Inquisitors, you definitely probably will not have a space for, you know, classes, dark classes like Majesties. And do know that hopefully the photo that Firzinator sends me will help, that the buffs are as important, if not more important, than the buffs themselves. Sure, buffs are, you know, always there, but the buff actually increases your damage exponentially. It's not indeed a linear increase in damage. It is indeed not a linear increase in damage. It's actually... wow. See guys, that's not me, man. That's indeed the Crusader. Oh wait, that's Heavenly Judgment or something. I don't know, man. You see, this is what we call a light party, man. So, Crusaders and Inquisitors OP, guys. Not the Moonlords. Not the Moonlords, man. Indeed not the Moonlords. So we're down to our final boss. Look at the aces in the chat. Casual run. Casual 10 million move blended. What? I really hit 10 million? I actually didn't know that I hit 10 million. Wow. I really didn't know I hit 10 million though. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. So for moving bosses, it's actually very hard to set up the Consecration debuffs because Consecration, even though it covers a large area, Flower Garden is actually a very mobile boss. So you can actually set up the wombo combos. But that was like a 16 million. 16 million if it crits though. If it indeed crits. But I can see that the problem with dark parties, let's say if you're a Beast Walker that gives you the dark buffs, you know, the incarnation of the dark, they're all buff, they're all durational based, but you see Blessing of Light and Confusion Aura is all constant. So you can see that I get a constant 59% rather than a fluctuating, you know, buff based. And sometimes, you know, buffs miss, like, you know, the Rippers, I mean the Abyss Walker didn't actually get his buff on you. And that'll be like, you know, very frustrating, especially if you're like the only DPS in your team. Like for example right now, right, if you are going for like a Moonlord based DPS team, then you can actually do that. So, you know, casual Garden Nest run. There you go, guys. There you go. I'm actually interested to see if I can hit 10 million Moonblade Dance. I want to try, guys. But I think you need double eye stack for that. And you probably can't do it in a raid because in the raids, right? In the raids, the level 65 passive skills actually do not work very well in raids for Moonlord. But I would say that a light party will do more damage compared to dark because I get more static dark attack buffs compared to, you know, in the dark party. So there you go, man. There you go. So light party with a Crusader and Inquisitor, Astraekhir. Let me finish off my comparison. So basically, if you're in a light party, you really can't slot in, you know, DPS classes like Ravens because a lot of the DPS boosting classes like, you know, Abyss Walkers, Majesties do not really fit in a light party. So if you do a light party, right, you actually have very different lineups. Like, you know, in some BDM parties, you don't even see a Crusader or Guardian. They use a Destroyer instead. But if you have a Crusader in your party, and if you're in a light party, it'll be great. So there's the difference here. And what I'm trying to say is, if you have a light party, right, it is very DPS focused on the Crusader himself, Inquisitor as well as the Moonlord. Especially if you don't have other DPS classes in your team, you'll be very dependent on these few classes. While in a dark party, right, the DPS is I would say distributed evenly among the DPS classes. Like, you know, the Majesty can do some great burst damage, the Ravens can do some burst damage, the Abyss Walkers can do some great burst damage because they all synergize very, very well. But in a light party, right, if the guy doesn't have Light Jade, then there you go, man. You do not actually have a lot of classes that has innate light attack base that can do burst damage. You know, Inquisitors, sure, Consecration, Mindbreaker, Holy Burst, you know, everything's buffed with Grand Cross, but they can't do burst. You know, Grand Cross takes time to flow, right? They can't do all your little KOS stuff that you want to do compared to a dark party. So, not saying that dark parties are all KOS. Okay, guys, let's get it right. But basically, the light resistance debuff is very easily stacked here with Inquisitor, and of course with Crusader. You can use the Guardian as well for Confusion Aura, no problem. But of course, the Crusader, you can see that the Crusader's damage is very, very good. So I would recommend a Crusader in a light party compared to a Guardian. And then people ask, what about Guardians, man? And where do Guardians play? I don't know, man. You need to ask Identity, man. But that's it for the light party showcase video, man. A big thank you to Firzinator, Novice. A big thank you to Astraekhir. And of course, ChloeLily, the Adept. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching once again. God bless. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.